Good evening and thank you for joining us here on 9 News Now. I'm Elizabeth Val. For the first time in New Orleans history, a sitting mayor is facing a federal indictment. Latoya Cantrell and former New Orleans police officer Jeffrey Vappie are accused of using public money for personal purposes, including concealing a romantic relationship. She was charged on at least one count of conspiracy, wire fraud, false statements, and obstruction of justice, among other charges. Cantrell has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing, calling the accusations disrespectful. You can find more information on the indictment on the 9 News app. A shooting suspect turned himself in after the families saw his case on the TV show On Patrol. That's according to Baton Rouge police. 19-year-old Keithan Lee was charged with second-degree murder. The shooting happened back in April around North 38th Street and Choctaw Drive. Police say they found a Dodge vehicle covered with bullet holes. Inside, they found 18-year-old Jonathan Triplett dead. Investigators say they believe the shooting was targeted. Well, you may notice a drop in your car insurance rates. Insurance Commissioner Tim Temple says it's due to a drop in crashes this year. 20 insurance companies have filed rate decreases since the start of this year, including some major ones like Geico, State Farm, Progressive, and Allstate. It's important to note that this is not a sign of that the reform passed this year by lawmakers is working, according to the insurance commissioner. He says it is unclear if those lower rates are here to stay.
It's too soon to tell whether this specific decrease is a long-term trend or whether it's a short-term bubble because of, some effect that we've had between changes in inflation, some of the legal changes, those kinds of things.
These rate decreases only apply for personal auto insurance, not commercial insurance, and these discounts could look different depending on where you live. If you have any questions, it's recommended you talk to your insurance rep. Let's get a look at your weather picture. Over to Dr. Steve Caparata. Steve.
Hey, Liz, a rainy Friday. Let's get you ready for the weekend. We've got a couple of things. First, another heat advisory tomorrow. We've got the high at 95, a 50% rain chance. We don't think the storms will be as widespread, mostly during the afternoon, early evening. Kind of more of the same into Sunday. 50% rain chance, likely to see another heat advisory, maybe a touch hotter with high up to 96. Let's give you a look at the rain timeline. Tomorrow morning should start out mainly dry. Here we are, daybreak Saturday. We get to lunchtime, we start to get a couple isolated showers, and then you see by the afternoon scattered showers and storms. That's 3 o'clock. Here we are at 6 o'clock, still some scattered rains, and then tomorrow night things die down. Sunday morning starts out mainly dry. Kind of rinse, repeat, do it all over again. It shows that it may be a touch drier Sunday. I'm going to keep rain chances around 50%. You see those scattered storms still developing during the afternoon hours. But tonight we have finally dried out. Our Sky 9 view over downtown. We got some help from the rain with the temperatures because we hit 93 in Baton Rouge pretty quickly before the rains moved in, but most of us right now in the mid to upper 70s. And again, we've dried out, had some clutter on the radar, so nothing to worry about there. Quick check on the tropics, and really the only feature is Erin. Erin has been getting stronger. In fact, at times this evening has been showing a bit of an eye. It's going to move just north of the Leeward Islands. Winds now up to 85 miles per hour, but forecast to rapidly intensify over the weekend into a Category 4. We're hoping it kind of shoots the gap here between Bermuda and the East Coast. Bermuda is going to keep a close eye on it. Certainly no threat to the Gulf or the Gulf Coast. All right, so into the weekend, kind of both the storms and the heat. Rain chances 50%, highs in the mid-90s. First half of next week, we have a little drier, so highs in the mid-90s, could even hit the upper 90s, and rain chances start to rebound the latter part of next week. Liz?
Steve, thank you. Coming up on 9 News at 10, if you live with a seizure disorder, you can now add a special indicator on your driver's license. First responders say it can help them give you faster and better treatment.
If we have a patient that is unresponsive and they can't talk, then we're absolutely going to use every tool at our disposal to find out what's going on with them.
This is available for any class of license or ID except for handicap and voter ID cards. State leaders are also working on how to expand this, perhaps include other medical issues. We have more details, including how you can apply, coming up at the top of the hour. Hopefully you can join us for 9 News at 10 on WAFB. Thank you for joining us for this quick look at your headlines. Good night.